Hello out there, I'm the oldest nerd. Talking about Starfleet Academy this week, some time has passed since the events of the previous episode. The Academy is closing down for the semester break, which is over the All World's Day holiday. Most of the cadets are going home or they're going on vacation. This is kind of a mid-semester kind of break. Caleb asked and is granted permission to stay over the break. He's told that he would be at the academy all by himself and have access to his room and only the dining hall, but that Jet Reno is also planning to stay, and if she need anything, she'd be around. Tarima is still recovering on Beta Z from her injuries. Jaden and Kyle are supposed to be heading to Ibiza for some time on the beach. They are in a relationship. Sam is still glitching and is going on a holographic rehab. However, trouble is brewing. Darum and Jaden are sucked up by an artificial wormhole, and we find the wedding to Darum's betrothed has been moved up a few years. Meanwhile, Genesis sneaks back on campus and teams up with Caleb to stir up some mischief. Now, the central theme of the week, apparently, is the trying to live up to someone else's expectations. Darum has wanted to impress his pretty much unimpressible parents all this time. Genesis is an admiral's daughter and wants to accomplish her goal of a Starfleet captaincy one day without people thinking that it was just nepotism. Both, however, took a wrong turn in this episode. In the case of Darum, he sees his duty as to promises made, maybe getting the approval of his parents. What we see, however, is an entire planet of jerks. His parents have never really been very interested in anything that he's done, despite the fact that he's tried much of his life to impress them one way or the other. So Darum gets his jerkiness, it seems, honestly, but his single semester at the academy has changed him into someone his future wife doesn't want. Apparently, a sense of honor and putting others' needs before your own is pretty foreign among his people. And taking it on a level playing field, I believe that she's more of a jerk than he is. I'm not really a fan of this episode. You might be able to figure that out, mainly because of this particular storyline. This wedding is very much like Lwaxana Troy's wedding in The Next Generation. Her husband-to-be was a jerk, and at least we got a chuckle out of her assistant, Mr. Hom, who only had the one line in the episode, but he made it count. Here, it was all a waste of time. I mean, you get to see the moon of the planet that he's from and usual kind of betrothal wedding where he's in love and he's changed, however, and she doesn't want him anymore. So we knew that he was going to return to the academy. There's no suspense here. There's a good speech by Jaden here explaining how much he has changed as a result of being at the academy in the guise of being a best man speech. On the other story, Ake told Genesis that on account of her bravery on the Athena those few weeks back, that she would recommend her for the pre-command track. Her reason to stay on campus, Genesis' reason to stay on campus, is now to fix some recommendation letters that got her into the academy, but might hurt her chances when they're reviewed for the special track. You see, she had altered them to eliminate a negative remark before she got into the academy. Now she thinks that'll be found out, and she wants to get to them so she can change them, or change them back, as it were. Anyway, she tricks Caleb into hacking their way onto the bridge after a few harmless little romps that they had through the mostly unguarded academy. But she wants to get onto the bridge, basically, so she can access her files. And Caleb doesn't know any of this until just the last minute. They, of course, get caught. Reno ends up on the bridge and has a line that sums up things very well. In the end, she and Caleb only get like 200 hours of menial labor rather than expulsion. And of course, Genesis does not get her recommendation. And I know the point is that they were supposed to trust the system and things will work out, and that even a bad recommendation is something that you can learn from and exceed. But it was kind of a weak episode, I believe. Genesis and Caleb probably should have been thrown out. In fact, they make some lip service to that, and Aki says, "Well, I'm not going to expel you." And my first response is, "Well, why? Why wouldn't you expel them? They could have endangered the entire academy, powering up the warp drive if Caleb hadn't stopped her at the last minute. What would that have done?" So apparently, what we learn is there's such a thing as a warp slug, kind of an interesting conflict of names, and that you could also break anything into the academy or break into anything in the academy and not get caught until you try to fly off the ship. And even cutting short the Chancellor's vacation, going so far off the line, will only get you a wrist slap. So I don't know what discipline is like in Starfleet, but certainly this seems to be a little lax. Now, you could say that there's some character building in the episode, but these characters deserved better. I'm not certain that any of them learned anything from it. We have, of course, Durham comes back to the academy, and he's just as big a jerk as he was before he left. So apparently in this close call of getting married, which would have taken him off the show, he's just back to his old self. Still probably not as jerky as the rest of the planet is, but still, it didn't change him any, and that a story like this probably should have. And Genesis, I don't know on her. She does provide a little bit of help to Caleb and how to rekindle his contact with Terima, but other than that, I'm not sure she learned anything either. So that's my take on this. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you do, please like and subscribe. And then on next week, we will have, of course, on Tuesday, we will have another review of Farscape, and then on Thursday, we'll talk about Time Bandits with Professor O. So all that's coming up. So thank you for joining us, and until next time, don't go far.